Hey, thanks for watching this video. This is just going to be a quick training for those talented creative people out there. One of the best avenues, the best thing that you can do for your creative career is to become a coach and teach other people your talented skills. So if you're a dancer, you're a photographer, you're a musician, it doesn't matter. As long as you have some sort of skill that other people want to learn, you should be coaching other people and teaching other people. So why coaching? Because you can quickly become the authority in your space. You can be that type of person that people go to when they look for information within that space. So if you're a super talented dancer, right, and they're looking for tips on how to do the best dances, I don't know what it is, but they would come to you. And if you teach other people, it automatically shows them that you know what you're talking about. You become an authority in your niche. So that's really important. That's really going to help your creative career. You can also change lives. You impact so many different lives. If you learn how to teach people these things that they've been dying to learn, but they just can't figure it out, right? And so you can make a great impact on other people's lives, and people really respect you, look up to you, and again, you become the authority, right? But at the same time, like, this business model is just extremely, extremely profitable, right? Every person that makes a ton of money, it always boils down to them sharing their knowledge because it's so valuable. So everyone that I've met that makes a ton of money, they're in education at some capacity in one way or another, right? If you think about Warren Buffett, like, people would pay him so much time to know how to invest correctly because he's super smart. He has a lot of knowledge. And that's the way that our human society has been gotten to the point that where it is, right? Because generations, like, knowledge was passed down. It wasn't one generation that learned how to build this house that I'm in. It wasn't one generation that learned how to build the streets that we drive on. There was knowledge that was passed down generation to generation, and we continuously optimize our process and got it better. And so one of the most valuable things is knowledge, and that's what makes humans stand out so much from other animals, other species, like a whale or an ant, right? Is because of the knowledge that we have and we can pass down. It also takes little time to fulfill. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of time with coaching, at least with the way that I'm going to show you, because you can do it quickly, use so many automations, so many different tools that we have at our disposal now in this day and age, that it can become really easy. So, and it's kind of just the natural progression, right? You go from the star, you go from the musician, you go from that to the mentor and start teaching other people and start helping the people that are wanting to get to the place where you want. So Michael Jordan, for example, right? He was the greatest basketball player now. He was the greatest basketball player, right? But now he teaches other people how to play basketball. He becomes the mentor. He becomes the coach. So it's kind of just natural progression. If you're good at what you do, what you should be doing is helping other people. So most coaching businesses look like this. They're one-on-one. You spend time, you have to show up with your client, and you charge them per hour, right? So maybe it's $100 per hour, $200 per hour, $300 per hour. It doesn't matter. Or maybe you charge them per session, right? Maybe it's a 4-hour session and you charge per that. So the problem here is that time equals money. You hear this saying all the time, but this is not a good thing. As long as time equals money, you have to show up, you have to be there in order to get paid. And so when you do that, there is a ceiling to your income. Because you could charge as much as you want, you have leverage on one side. But at one point, it gets ridiculous. If you're charging $8,000 per hour, okay, cool. Well, how much money is people actually going to spend with you to spend an hour with you? Okay? So it becomes hard. And you can't that's the only way you can go. You can only charge more money. You can't just create more time. Nobody can create more time. Everybody has the same 24 hours. You have the same 24 hours. I have the same 24 hours. Elon Musk has the same 24 hours. So this business model, this one-on-one charging per hour, it puts a ceiling on your business. It gives you limitations, and it's not scalable, right? Because if you get way too many clients that you can't handle, you can't scale any further. That's it. That's all you can do. You have to show up in order to get paid. If you don't show up, you don't get paid. So misconceptions are that you need credits, you need accolades, you need to be a celebrity in order to charge a bunch of money and have people pay you. When that's not really true. Okay. Charging according to your experience and time is what a lot of people do. They think, well, I have to work with more clients. I have to gain more experience. And then I just continuously charge a little bit more and a little bit more for my time, do one-on-ones, charge a little bit more. And, it can grow from there. But I can't do that until, I get a bunch of experience, help a bunch of clients. And thinking people care more about you than they really do. People don't care about your accolades as much. I mean, these things help. Credits, accolades, degrees, PhDs, these things all help. But at the end of the day, this feeds your ego. It doesn't matter as much to the client. To some it might, but the main thing they're looking for is an outcome, a result for themselves. So thinking that you need accolades, thinking that you need credits, thinking that you need all this experience is all self-centered. And it's just the way that we think, we're wired to think, because we think that's what people are looking for, but that's not true. Okay, so the easier way to be more profitable, instead of doing one-on-ones, instead of charging for your time, what you should do is a course and a coaching hybrid. A high-ticket hybrid is what I call this. Because what you can do is you can give them the course material so that they can go through it. It's better because you can't teach 100% at your max capacity every time. But you can pre-record it one time and have everybody watch that. The fact that you pre-recorded it, taught your best, gave it your all one time, and let everybody watch through it, it doesn't mean they're digesting the information any differently. It's no different than if you were to sit here and tell them the information, right? So they can go through it at their own pace. They can rewatch these lessons over and over, because if there's a concept that they don't understand, they can just rewatch the lesson instead of asking you on one coaching call where they're going to forget all of it by the end of it. So give them the course and give them group coaching. Instead of doing one-on-one coaching, you can put all your clients on one coaching call, so you can handle 30, 40 people at a time, right? And you just show up once a week. You can do more, but the minimum is like once a week. They go through the course, they learn all the material there, and then they come on that group coaching call if they have any questions or they need clarification on anything. That way they're getting the information, they're getting the support they need, and we just want to make sure we speak to them every once in a while and make sure they're on the right path and being held accountable. So if you do it this way, you're disconnecting your time from your money. Sure, you have to show up to your group coaching calls once a week, but that's a 1-hour call once a week versus showing up to every one-on-one, teaching them the whole curriculum while you sit there. You're going to be out of energy. And how are you going to do that? Plus handle sales calls, plus get leads, plus, optimize your business. It just makes it difficult. So this is the easiest way to be profitable, is a high-ticket hybrid coaching system. And what you should be charging for is the outcome. What is the transformation? What is the result that they get once they're done working with you? If I paid you $10,000, I want a transformation. I want a result, right? It's not the fact that, I want to spend time with you. I want to hang out with you. I just want to talk to you. That's what we think they want, but that's not what they want. Deep down inside, clients care about themselves and their outcome more than your accolades, what you've done, what you've experienced working with you, okay? So people don't care about you as much as you think. Like, hope that doesn't hurt your ego. They don't care about me either. They don't care about the next guy. They care about themselves and what the result is that they get if they pay you and work with you. So that's what you need to be charging accordingly for, right? So if they learned how to produce music at a high level, a radio ready level where it's professional music, what is that worth to them? The ability to make radio ready tracks for the rest of their life. Maybe they want to turn this into a career. That's going to be the first step to them making money with their music, is having good music. So if they can do that, what is that truly worth? What's the value of that? Okay. So we need to think about it that way, and we need to charge accordingly to that. Instead of charging for your time, charging for this, charging for that, we're charging for the outcome. And when you talk about the outcome and the clients, your celebrity, your status, that doesn't matter as much, right? It's like, who cares? If I've gotten clients' results that you want, I don't need anything else. That's all you're looking for. And you can charge according to that. Okay. And this is scalable again, because you detach your time from your money, because you're charging for the outcome. You charge per client per outcome. It's $10,000. You come in, you learn how to produce at a high level. You come in, you learn how to get clients through wedding photography. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever that outcome is, you charge according to that. And so this is scalable because it detaches your time from the earning potential that you have. You don't have to show up on these one-on-ones. You don't have to make sure you show up every Thursday, every Wednesday, every Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you sit here and you coach people for a long time. It doesn't matter, right? However you deliver doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a course. It doesn't matter if it's live coaching. It doesn't matter if you meet in person at a restaurant. It doesn't matter, because when you're charging according to the outcome that you deliver, that's all you need to provide. And as long as you provide the results and the transformation, it does not matter how you deliver it. And if you deliver it this way with a course and group coaching, this alleviates you from having to spend all your time. Right? You can use these automations that you have. We leverage automations. We use sales funnels. We use courses. We use all these things in order to leverage the automation so we can buy our time back. But at the same time, we're not compromising. We're actually making more money, because you can charge more for an outcome than you can charge per hour for your time. And again, there's a limit on how much time you have, but there's not a limit on how many people you can give the outcome to. Okay. So the next thing is that you need to be charging high ticket prices, right? If you're doing something great and making a massive impact on somebody, teaching them how to play guitar, teaching them how to play piano, teaching them the skill that they want, what is that truly worth? It's worth a lot. It means that they can do that skill for the rest of their life and their life changes. They can possibly go out, get a job in that field. They can be the authority in their niche, know how to do that. They can start working towards their career in that. And so that's worth a lot of money, right? And so you should be charging high ticket prices, because if you charge $500, $1,000, even $2,000, really, it's just slow burning, right? So you need to charge more, because first of all, you're going to make more money. Instead of having to get, let's just say your goal is $5K per month. Okay. And you say you charge $500 per client. Well, you would need 10 clients in order to get to 5K per month. Whereas if you charge, let's say $2,500, you only need 2, right? You have less people to deal with, so you can fulfill on less, and you can give the people more attention. The people that are vested with you, the people that gave you more money, you can give them more attention, and you can give them better experience. You can get clients to show up and learn and actually take the action. Let me tell you the story about, I used to buy courses all the time for like $1,000, $500 here and there. And to be honest, like most of the time I didn't even create a login and log in and watch anything, right? I never finished the courses for sure. Why? Because I wasn't that heavily vested into it. I just didn't have that much skin in the game. Yes, I did want to learn what they were teaching, but I just didn't have enough on the line to be like, well, I'm going to drop all my bad daily habits. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to put all this effort into it. Because I paid $1,000 for it. Like $1,000 is a good chunk of change, but it's like, well, I'll make that up next week at my work, right? Whereas when I signed up for my first high ticket coaching business program, I thought it was going to be $1,000. So I was like, cool, ready, let's go. And they were like, it's $10,000. I was like, oh my God, that's like 10 times how much I thought I was going to be spending. But I did it anyways, because I knew that if I didn't do it, the cost was going to be much more. The cost of inaction is much more than $10,000. Being stuck in a place where I'm working until I'm 65, finally retired, too old to enjoy my life, like that's like 30 more years of work. That's a huge cost compared to $10,000. Okay. So I paid that $10,000 and I literally did not question anything. I did every single thing that coach told me to do, even if it was hard, even if it was something I didn't want to do. It's like, do a live launch webinar. Cool. Never done it in my life. It's not a question. I'm doing it. I don't care how hard or how uncomfortable it is. I'm doing it. So you get clients to show up, ready to learn, take the actions that they need to get the result, and they get the result and they're happy. You get a testimonial and you change somebody's life because you charge them more money. So a lot of times we think like, well, I'll give you a hookup. I'll give you the homie hookup, right? $50. But it sounds like you're doing them a solid on the front end, but on the back side of things, you're doing something detrimental to them. They don't have enough skin in the game. They're not as committed. Therefore, they're not going to get the result. So they spent a little bit of money with you, but they also didn't get the result. So that's worse than getting someone to put the money that they have on the line, all of it, right? A large chunk of it, at least, enough for them to show up and actually do the work. Now they do the work. They actually get the results. They're happy with you and your company, and they change their life. Which one costs more? Okay. So, this is the way that you should set up your business. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about like how we get these clients, right? Because that's the most important part of the business. Like we can have a cool business and all, but like if we don't have any clients, like what are we going to do? So first thing, this is the funnel and the system that I do when you're starting out and you don't have any money to run paid ads. Eventually, you're going to want to run paid ads because that's how you disconnect, again, your time from the funds that you make, because with organic, you have to do a lot of manual labor, but this is the best place to start when you're just starting out. But having organic and paid lead generation strategies is going to be the best. So what we do first is we go into Facebook, we go into Instagram, we go into any social medias, and we drive that organic traffic. We strike up a conversation with them, right? See what they need. See if they need help. And if they're a good fit, what you're going to do is take them over to your calendar page. You're going to present a phone call. Just be like, hey, I'd love to see if I can help you further. Do you want to schedule a time to chat and see if I can help you out? They agree. Cool. You send them your calendar link, you book them in, and at that time you call them. You call them, and obviously there's too much to cover on this lesson, but there's a sales process that you go through to get them to turn into a client. And once you turn them into a client, you get money, right? And you get that money and you funnel it into paid ads. And so this is where you're going to start first. You're going to send a bunch of messages. You're going to get people on the phone. You're going to turn them into clients. You get those clients. You take that money and you start leveraging paid ads. Now, this is the optimized system. This is the system we want to get to. And this is what I show my clients how to do. And this is what I've done to, grow my education business, music production education business to over $600,000 at this point of this recording. And that was just in the last couple of years. This is the optimized way. So we still want to do organic traffic. We still want to have these conversations, right? But we're also going to be leveraging paid ads. So with this traffic, we now have the sales funnel that we're going to set up. A sales funnel is a series of web pages where it only has one task on each page. Because you know how you go to a website and it's all confusing? Actually, I think I have it here. So this is what it normally looks like, right? You have a website, but you drive traffic to it. And then there's an about page, there's a merch page, there's discounts, there's books, there's programs, there's reviews. And then when you visit like your favorite band's page or something like that, you kind of just like, you're like, okay, cool. Well, that was really cool information. I'm confused now. I'm just going to leave. Right? And once that person leaves, they're gone forever. You have no way to track them. You have no way to get them back. So what you want to do is you want to set up a sales funnel, because a sales funnel is step by step. It takes your prospect's hand and walks them through the entire process. It starts at the landing page. The landing page, they either sign up for your emails and phone number list in order to get some sort of lead magnet, whether that's a free training, whether that's an ebook, whatever it is. They're going to sign up for it. Then they get taken over to another page where it's a video sales letter and you tell more about your product and what you have to offer. If they like what they see, they go to an application page. They fill out the application. They ask a bunch of questions, or you ask them a bunch of questions, right? That you need to know to see if you want to get them on the phone. Because if not, if they're answering these questions wrong, you want to take them to a denial page, say, sorry, this is not a good time for you, because you don't want to just book up your calendar full of people that aren't qualified. So you want to send the unqualified to denied, and you send the qualified to your calendar page. Your calendar page, then you call them at that time, you turn them into a client, and you turn them into money. Okay, so organic, we're either going to start up these conversations, and we're going to send them either to our front end page if you feel like, they're not ready to get on the phone and they're not ready for this type of service, you can send them to the front. That way they go through your series of emails right here, and you continue to nurture them. And maybe one day down the line, they'll be ready. It happens all the time. 6 months later, this client is finally ready to sign up. But if you feel like they need help now and they agree to a phone call, you send them straight to your calendar page. Book in a time, speak to them on the phone, turn them into a client, take that money, and you fund it back into paid ads. That way you're automating this process, because if they come from a paid ad, they go to your lead magnet page, they watch your video, they like what they see, they fill out an application, they pick a time, you phone call, client, money. Okay? So this is how you leverage and you scale your coaching business, is high ticket, hybrid program, sales funnels, phone call process, this whole thing that I just explained to you. This is the best way to get your coaching business off the ground. If you're a creative, you want to learn how to create this coaching business, hopefully this helped. If you want to learn further and you want to have more information, I would love to chat with you on the phone. I'm going to leave a button right up here so that you can book a phone call with me. If you want a free consultation call, you want to learn more, you want to learn how to flesh this out, see if I can help you further, feel free to book a call right here. But regardless, I hope that this training was super helpful for you. Cheers.